U.S. Marines receive 2 more CH-53K King Stallion heavy lift helicopters. Sikorsky, a Lockheed Martin company, announced on January 28, 2026, that it has delivered 2 additional CH-53K King Stallion helicopters to the United States Marine Corps, continuing the service's transition away from its legacy CH-53E Super Stallion fleet. According to information published by Lockheed Martin, the aircraft were transferred after completing a standard acceptance process conducted by U.S. Navy and Marine Corps test and evaluation teams, consistent with established handover procedures for CH-53K helicopters produced at Sikorsky's U.S. manufacturing facilities. The latest delivery is part of the long-term CH-53K production contract formally announced by the U.S. Department of Defense on April 4, 2023, when the U.S. Navy, acting on behalf of the Marine Corps, awarded Sikorsky a major multi-year agreement to move the program into sustained production. The contract underpins the Marine Corps' program of record for 200 aircraft, intended to recapitalize its heavy-lift helicopter force fully. Budget documentation reviewed by Army Recognition shows the agreement was structured to reduce unit cost growth, stabilize the industrial base, and integrate reliability and maintainability improvements identified during early operational testing, reflecting lessons learned from the early phases of fleet introduction. The CH-53K King Stallion is a purpose-built heavy-lift helicopter designed to meet the Marine Corps' expeditionary and maritime requirements rather than as a direct evolution of legacy platforms. Although it retains the recognizable CH-53 silhouette, the aircraft has been almost entirely redesigned. It features a strengthened airframe incorporating advanced composite materials, a wider cargo cabin capable of accommodating modern vehicles, and a fully digital fly-by-wire flight control system. 3 GT408 G400 engines provide power, each delivering 7,500 shop, 5,590 kilowatts, coupled to a split-torque main gearbox engineered to manage unprecedented power levels for a rotary-wing aircraft. This propulsion architecture allows the CH-53K to lift more than 27,000 pounds, 12,250 kilograms, externally under hot and high operational conditions, typically defined by the U.S. Marine Corps as 3,000 feet, 914 meters, pressure altitude and ambient temperatures of 91 degrees Fahrenheit 33 degrees Celsius. These conditions reflect realistic expeditionary environments rather than absolute performance limits. By comparison, the helicopter's service ceiling reaches 16,000 feet, 4,900 meters, under standard ISA conditions, and approximately 13,200 feet, 4,023 meters, under ISA plus 24 degrees Celsius conditions, highlighting the substantial power margin built into the design. For the U.S. Marine Corps, the CH-53K is a critical enabler of expeditionary warfare and maritime power projection. As a force optimized for rapid response from amphibious assault ships and austere forward bases, the Marine Corps relies on heavy-lift helicopters to move combat power ashore, sustain distributed units, and shift forces across complex littoral and inland terrain. Without this class of aircraft, Marine maneuver units would face severe limitations in mobility, tempo, and sustainment during both crisis response and high-intensity conflict. The CH-53K's primary roles include the transport of troops, vehicles, and supplies, external lift of heavy equipment, casualty evacuation, humanitarian assistance and disaster relief, and direct support to special operations forces. In future conflict scenarios, the aircraft is expected to play a central role in expeditionary advanced base operations by delivering sensors, air defense systems, fuel, ammunition, and engineering assets to small, dispersed Marine units operating inside contested areas. Its ability to operate day and night in degraded visual environments, including brownout conditions and demanding shipboard landings, is a key requirement for these missions. Survivability and connectivity were core design drivers from the outset. The CH-53K features a modern glass cockpit with fused sensor displays, an integrated health and usage monitoring system, and provisions for advanced defensive aids against infrared and radar-guided threats. These capabilities are intended to allow the helicopter to operate in coordination with fifth-generation platforms such as the F-35B, supporting Marine air-ground task forces in environments where legacy helicopters would face elevated risk. At present, the CH-53K is progressively replacing the CH-53E Super Stallion, which remains in service with several Marine heavy helicopter squadrons. Introduced in the early 1980s, the CH-53E offers a maximum external lift of around 16,000 pounds, 7,260 kilograms, under comparable conditions and has become increasingly maintenance-intensive as the fleet ages. As of early 2026, the Marine Corps continues to operate a mixed heavy-lift fleet, with CH-53ES sustaining ongoing deployments while CH-53K units expand training capacity, logistics depth, and operational readiness. The Marine Corps does not field any other heavy-lift helicopters, making the King Stallion an irreplaceable capability within its aviation inventory. From an industrial standpoint, each delivery reinforces the strategic importance of the CH-53K program within the U.S. defense industrial base. Sikorsky's production line supports a nationwide supplier network spanning more than 40 states, with key subsystems provided by companies including GE Aerospace, Collins Aerospace, and Northrop Grumman. Marine Corps officials involved in the January acceptance process told Army recognition that aircraft availability and production maturity continue to improve, supporting a steady transition toward full operational capability. While the delivery of 2 additional helicopters may appear incremental, it represents sustained momentum for a program central to the Marine Corps' modernization. In an era defined by long distances, contested logistics, and distributed operations, the CH-53K is increasingly viewed not simply as a replacement for an aging aircraft, but as a decisive enabler of U.S. Marine Corps combat power in future conflicts.